Meeting, Mayor's running a little bit late, but we're going to go ahead and get started. The time is 4:37. So the first item is the Pledge of Allegiance and Invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Join me in prayer, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to serve the city of Mission. Give us the spirit of service and guide us to be the leaders our citizens need. Renew us with strength of your presence and the joy of helping to build a community for our children's future. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. The next item is a proclamation, Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council. With us today, we have Mr. Robert Toney, and he's very instrumental in, getting this proclamation to us. We also have Mr. Andrew Cannon, and then we have other members of organizations within the motorcycling community. And the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas today's society is finding more citizens involved in motorcycling on the roads of our country. Whereas motorcyclists are roughly unprotected and much more likely to be injured or killed in an accident than other vehicle drivers. Whereas campaigns have helped inform riders and motorists alike on motorcycle safety issues to reduce motorcycle-related risks, injuries, and most of all, fatalities through a comprehensive approach to motorcycle safety. Whereas it is a responsibility of all who put themselves behind the wheel to become aware of motorcyclists, regarding them with the same respect as any other vehicle traveling the highways of this country. Whereas urging all of our community to become aware of the inherent danger involved in operating a motorcycle and give the operator the respect on the road they deserve. Now therefore, we the City Council of the City of Mission do hereby proclaim the month of May 2016 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month, proclaimed on this the 25th day of April 2016.
I move that we approve the resolution, proclamation as read.
Second. There's a motion and a second to approve the proclamation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Council members, I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you bringing awareness to this issue. It's obviously a major issue to us as we're out there and feeling the immediate danger that we can be in so many times. One of my
This year we're expecting the same thing, so with your approval, I've got some posters to give to you, raise a little bit of awareness. And if you have an opportunity, if you don't ride, it doesn't mean you can't come out to Desperado and have a good time. We got live music, prizes, giveaways, and good fellowship with a lot of good people who's going to be out there on bike. So definitely come join us, please, and we appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, Andrew. I would like to say that Mr. Cannon plays a big role when it comes to transportation. He's the director of the MPO, and so he plays a big role when it comes to TxDOT and the safety of our highways. And I appreciate all the efforts that he does through the MPO to provide awareness. So thank you, Andrew, and I want to thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
See what you meant to say?
we're trying to keep you from getting a big head.
Let's take a quick picture over here with the council. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Proclamation for National Police Week.
Also Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as Police Week. And whereas the members of the Mission Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of Mission, Texas. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the problems, duties, and responsibilities of their police department, and that members of our police department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence or disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. Now therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2016 as National Police Week, and call upon all citizens of the mission and upon all patriotic, civil, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2016 as Police Week, with the appropriate ceremonies in which all of our people may join in commemorating police officers past and present who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an inevitable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I therefore call upon all citizens of Mission, Texas to observe Monday, May 16, 2016, as Peace Officer Memorial Day in Mission, Texas, to honor those peace officers who, through their courageous deeds, have lost their lives or have become disabled in their performance of their duty, proclaimed on this, the 25th day of April, 2016.
I move that we approve this proclamation as read by the chief.
Second. There's a motion and a second to accept the proclamation for National Police Week. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Mayor Pro Tem, and council members, and also for the general public, we'll be having our annual police ceremony along with our fire department on Monday, May the 16th at 9 o'clock in the morning at the Mission Historical Museum courtyard. In our case, is to honor Humberto Avila and Prudencio Velasco, the two officers that died in the line of duty here in Mission, Texas. And also we invite you to be there with us and the general public as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, do you mind accepting the recognition, and also we'll take a photograph here with the council, please?
Okay, well, I just want to apologize for being late. I had other meetings that I had to take care of. But our next item would be a report from the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. On Monday, April 11th, the Chamber held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for Arte Suave Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They are located on the corner of Sherry and 495. They teach Jiu-Jitsu to people of all ages, including children, and they have a women's self-defense class coming up as well. You can contact them or the Chamber for more information. On Wednesday, April 13th, Chamber staff and board put together a meet and greet luncheon where I was able to meet and connect with board members and city officials. Thank you, Mayor, for taking the time out to attend, and thank you, Ruben Plata, Dr. Armando Ocaña, Nori Garza, and Martin Garza for attending as well. I appreciate it. On Wednesday, April 20th, we assisted with a very successful ribbon-cutting ceremony at Runway Rentals. It was a packed house with tons of community support. Thank you again, Mayor, for attending and showing your support. Thursday, April 21st, we held our monthly business networking mixer at Plains Capital Bank on Conway. It was also well attended, and many of our members were able to meet other members and potential clients. Friday, April 22nd, Texas Board of Business and Mega Doctor News sponsored our monthly morning networking event, Coffee Connections at Jitters. We had a great turnout and are looking forward to the next. Saturday, April 23rd, AM Wireless, DBA, Metro, PCS on Sherryland had their grand opening event, complete with a special guest appearance from UFC fighter Diego Sanchez. There were several people in attendance throughout the day. It was a great turnout. And the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce will host its All for the Kids golf tournament this Friday at 7:30 a.m. at the club at Cimarron, located at 1200 South Sherry Road in Mission. The format is an 18-hole, 3-player team Florida Scramble. Funds generated from our All for the Kids golf tournament will provide over 2,000 backpacks for the Mission CISD's annual Back-to-School Bash, taking place this August. Teams and individual players can still register by contacting the Greater Mission Chamber of Commerce. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is our department reports, and you have them in your packet. If you have any questions on, hesitate to ask. If not, I need a motion to approve the
So moved, Mayor.
reports.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the department reports. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Citizens' participation, is anybody from the audience that would like to address the council? If not, we'll go on to our public hearings, and I'll ask Mr. Tejerina to start with 1.1A.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Item 1.1A, it's no action. The item was withdrawn by the applicant.
Okay, item B.
Item 1.1B is a public hearing. This is for rezoning of Lot 1, Gomez Estate subdivision. Current zoning is C2 neighborhood commercial, and they are requesting C3 general business district rezone. The applicant is Elias Gonzalez, and this would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. On April 13, 2016, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing to consider this rezoning request. The property is located at the northeast corner of Inspiration Road and West Mile 2 Road. There was no public opposition during the Planning Commission meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval of the C3 zone. Staff and our city manager are recommending approval as well. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against this request? If not, the adoption of ordinance 4343.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
A motion and second to approve the rezoning and also adoption of the ordinance 4343. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor.
Item C.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Item 1.1C is a public hearing. This is for a conditional use permit for a drive-through service window at Delia's Tamales, being 602 West Griffin Parkway, Lot 1, Westview 5 subdivision. It's unrecorded at this time. The current zoning is C3, and the applicant is Lubin Properties, LLC. This would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. On April 13 of 2016, we did have a meeting before the Planning Commission and a public hearing as well. The property is located approximately 800 feet east of Holland Road along the north side of West Griffin Parkway. There was no public opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval of the drive-through service window for 3 years. Staff is recommending approval for 3 years, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request?
Mayor, in favor. If there's any questions about this.
You're in favor. Anybody else? If not, the ordinance is 4344.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit and also the adoption of ordinance 4344. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item D.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item 1.1D is a public hearing. This is for a conditional use permit for a drive-through service window for Papa Taco Mexican Restaurant at 2714 East Griffin Parkway, Suite B, Lot 3, Sparks and Townsend Plaza. The zoning is C3 and the applicant is Susana Aguilar. This would require the adoption of an ordinance. On April 13, 2016, we held a public hearing before the Planning Commission to consider this conditional use permit. The property is located at the southeast corner of Taylor Road and Griffin Parkway. There was no public opposition during the meeting, and the board unanimously recommended approval for 1 year. However, staff and our city manager are recommending approval for 3 years of this conditional use permit, since there was a previous restaurant there with using the window at that location. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against this request? Ordinance adoption would be 4345.
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion and second by approving our conditional use permit and approving our ordinance 4345. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries. Item E.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 1.1E is a public hearing for a conditional use permit as well for a drive-through service window. This would be for Shipley Donuts at 2575 East Griffin Parkway, Suite 1, Lot 1, Tres Picos, Phase 1 subdivision. The current zoning is C3, and the applicant is Mr. David S. Duff. And this would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve this drive-through window. We did have a public hearing before the Planning and Zoning Commission on April 13th of this year. The property is located approximately 700 feet west of Taylor on the north side of East Griffin Parkway. This is the old Mr. Fun site, and it's now a very nice plaza out there. So there was no public opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval for 3 years. Staff is recommending approval for 3 years, as is our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request?
I'm David Duff, owner, operator of Shipley Donuts.
Welcome.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Anybody else? If not, our ordinance would be 4346.
Move to approve.
Second, Mayor.
We have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit and our ordinance 4346. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item F.
Thank you, Mayor. This is also a public hearing for a conditional use permit for a drive-through service window at Mini Max number 6 convenience store, which is located at 1500 West Business Highway 83, Lot A, Mission Acres subdivision. Current property, the current zoning is C3, and the applicant is Omar Hadroun. This would require the adoption of an ordinance, so the council is inclined to approve it. We did have a public hearing before the Planning Commission on April 13th to consider this conditional use permit. Property is located at the northwest corner of Los Ebanos and Business Highway 83. There was no public opposition at the meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval for 1 year. Staff's recommending approval for 1 year. However, the council could consider additional time if they would like to. Our city manager is recommending approval as well. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? Anybody in favor or against? Our ordinance would be 4347.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve our conditional use permit and ordinance 4347. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item G.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 1.1G is a public hearing for a conditional use permit for a beauty salon in a C1 office building zone. The address is 2215 North Sherry Road, Lot A, Glenwood Terrace, Unit Number 2, subdivision. The current zoning is C1, and the applicant is Laura Brusolo. And this would require the adoption of an ordinance if the council is inclined to approve it. On April 13, we did have a public hearing before P&Z. The property is located at the northwest corner of Brock Street and Sherry Road. There was no public opposition during the P&Z meeting. The board unanimously recommended approval for 1 year. Staff is recommending approval for 1 year as well as our city manager. This is a public hearing. This matter is now before you.
Anybody in favor or against this request? You're in favor?
She's the applicant, Mayor.
They're all in favor.
She's in favor.
Thank you. Our ordinance is 4348.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the conditional use permit And our ordinance 4348. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Against, motion carries. We have our disposition of minutes that we had on City Council meeting of April the 11th of 2016. We do need a motion to approve those minutes.
I move to approve.
Second.
A motion and second to approve the meetings. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We also have to acknowledge the minutes that we have for Planning and Zoning Commission on March the 23rd, Citizens Advisory Committee on March the 8th, and Spear Memorial Library Board on March the 15th, and Sherry Golf Course Advisory Board at March the 15th of 2016. We also had a March 22nd meeting from the Citizens Advisory Committee. We don't need a motion to approve those, acknowledge those minutes. We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We now go on to item 4.1, Mr. Tijerina.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Item 4.1 is preliminary plat approval for MAR subdivision, which is a 12.11 acre tract of land out of Lot 304, John H. Sherry subdivision. The current zoning is townhouse, residential townhouse district. The developer is MAR Designs and Construction Incorporated. The engineer is Mario Salinas Engineering. On April 13, we did present this preliminary plat to the Planning Commission. It was actually preliminary and final before the Planning Commission, and this evening it's only preliminary plat approval before council. The proposed subdivision is located approximately half a mile north of Mile 2 on the west side of Sherry Road. The Planning and Zoning Board unanimously recommended approval as per staff's recommendations. Staff is recommending approval, as is the rest, as our Fire Marshal, Public Works Director, City Engineer, and City Manager. This is now before you, Mayor. Council.
This is on
Two and a half mile.
2.5 mile north
Yes, sir,
That's
Mayor.
correct, sir.
The townhouses.
on Sherry Road,
Correct, sir.
Yes, sir.
on the west side.
Yes, sir.
Danny, what are the little out parcels that are?
Up front, they're proposing future development. They did not include it as part of their proposal at this time. I'm not sure at this time what they're proposing.
Okay.
All of the property is owned townhouse right now, including those out parcels.
How big are the lots?
The lots range in size. They're all meeting townhouse district, Mayor. Some of them are large. We do have a gas easement that's cutting across the property, but the lots, they're about 70 by 140. Trying to see the record. Not 70. I apologize, Mayor. That's, can you see that, Jaime, there on this?
70 by 140?
I'm sorry, Mayor. 30 by 80. They're townhouses. I apologize. I can't see the small print here.
Okay.
We do have the engineer, Mr. Mario Salinas. Do you have any other questions for him?
Do we have a motion to approve this
Move to approve.
subdivision?
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve the subdivision or approve the final plat,
It's a
the
preliminary.
preliminary plat, I'm
Yes,
sorry. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We do have another preliminary plat on 4.2.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 4.2 is a preliminary plat approval of Eduardo's number 14 subdivision. This is a 10.25 acre tract of land out of lots 34-3 and 34-4, West Addition of Sherryland subdivision. This subdivision is in our ETJ. The developer is Diana Laura Izaguirre. The engineer is Izaguirre Engineering Group, LLC. On April 13th, we did have a meeting before the Planning Commission to approve the preliminary and final plat approval for Eduardo's number 14. The proposed subdivision is located approximately 550 feet west of Trosper Road, approximately one half mile north of Mile 3. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval as per staff's recommendations. Staff is recommending approval, this preliminary plat is now before you.
This is a north, you said 3.5 miles north what?
Yes, sir. The location is 550 feet west of Trosper, a half a mile north of 3 Mile. It's on
So-
the west side of 500,
So it's 3.5 or 3.25?
3.5.
North,
3.5 mile. Yes,
North
sir.
of Trosper.
North Trosper.
Yes, sir, on
Yes,
the
sir.
west side. We're looking at 32 lots, Mayor.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
That's not Palmhurst,
No, sir.
city limits by any chance.
No, sir, it's not.
Okay, but do we need a motion and we do need a motion to approve the preliminary plat?
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve a preliminary plat. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor.
4.3, we do have another one.
Item 4.3 is a final plat approval of Eduardo's number 13 subdivision, which is a 20-acre tract of land, being 10 acres out of lot 35-5 and the south 10 acres of lot 36-5, west addition of Sherryland. This is in our suburban ETJ. The developer is Aniceto Izaguirre, and the engineer is Quintanilla Headley and Associates. On November 23rd of 2015, the City Council convened and approved the preliminary plat for this Eduardo's number 13 subdivision. The proposed subdivision is located approximately 800 feet south of Mile 4 along the east side of Trosper Road. The City Council unanimously recommended approval as per staff's recommendation. Now, this plat is before you for final plat approval. Staff has verified that everything is in order, and we are recommending approval. This
You
plat-
mean the planner and zoning recommended approval, right? Not the city council?
Correct. Well, it came before council, Mayor, for preliminary plat on November 23rd. So today it's before you for final plat approval.
Okay, we do need a motion to approve the final plat.
Move to approve.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We do have a variance on item 4.4.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 4.4 is a variance request to have a private street at the previously approved Pueblo Bonito subdivision as requested by South Texas Infrastructure Group. Pueblo Bonito subdivision is located located approximately 300 feet south of Mile 2 on the east side of Stewart Road. The project engineer is requesting on behalf of the developer that Stonegate Drive be private and gated. The other interior streets shall remain public for traffic movement between Pueblo Bonito and Upper Rockingham subdivision. Staff has reviewed the proposal and does not have any objections to the request, subject to compliance with the city's private street policy. Staff recommends approval, subject to compliance to typical encumbrances and plat notes indicating private maintenance of the streets. In this case, and recording of the hold harmless and indemnification agreement. In your packets, we do have a sample of the agreement wherein Pueblo Bonito subdivision instrument number 2678364 will be signed and executed by the homeowners association, and then it shall be recorded and run along with Pueblo Bonito. We've done this before, we've seen it in the past. This matters
What are you trying to do here?
just to privatize Stonegate. Jaime, can you use the mouse to point on the monitor? There's a monitor over here in front of you, Mayor. And
Okay,
council.
so you have a gated subdivision?
Yes, just Stonegate Drive from the entrance to that point right there.
What happens there?
There's not gonna be a gate or anything. People can move in and around the subdivision. Because to the east, we have Upper Rockingham subdivision. And the developer of both subdivisions is Mr. Charlie Carter. He has homeowners association for Pueblo Bonito and also for Upper Rockingham subdivision. So what we have along Stewart Road right now is a nice fence that he's already put in place, and he's proposing to have
You have a gate there,
to have a gate there.
you go,
Go east up to that point.
it stops there.
Yeah, it continues. There's not gonna be a gate or anything. They can go north and then east or go,
And they're all private streets?
only Stonegate Drive, lots 1 through 10. of Pueblo Bonito, only
Who's
that
not-
portion.
That's very convenient. What happens to the rest of the subdivision?
The other subdivision is Upper Rockingham subdivision, and they will have access. Mr. Carter is here, and so is Mr. Cerda, the project engineer.
A ver, Cerda, tú traes esto.
Here's a copy of.
What we're looking at doing is basically these 14 lots will be part of this Pueblo Bonito, of course. The existing Rockingham will be able to do the same thing that they've always been doing. They used to have a clear access through here before this was developed. So they were basically using sandstone and Stonegate Drive to be able to exit out into 2 Mile Line. Now, the developer and 3 of the owners, they would like to privatize this subdivision with a gate here for now.
And how about the other ones going to come out?
The other ones are going to be able to go out to the same way that they've been using forever.
2 Mile Line.
2 Mile Line.
Are you gonna put a gate at 2 Mile Line, or no?
No.
So if you come in through 2 Mile Line, you'll be able to access those lots?
Yes.
Okay.
Will that be shared with Rockingham? The combination of the entrance, will
No,
that
the
be shared?
combination will only be just for Pueblo Bonito. That's correct.
I don't know.
Because the entrance to Pueblo Bonito is through Stewart, correct?
The only entrance to Pueblo Bonito would be through Stewart, and the entrance to Rockingham, like always, would be through
Off of 2 Mile Line.
And everyone there is okay with that?
Everybody there is okay with that. I got the signature.
Are they going to have the key to, with the people on the other subdivision, are they going to be able to use the gate?
Mr. Carter, are they going to be able to exit, I guess?
No, it'll go out to 2 Mile, just like they have the last 5 years.
Just basically continue to exit out of 2 Mile, like they have, right here.
And nobody can go the other way?
Only the residents actually want lots 1 to 14.
Because Mockingbird never had an entrance through Stewart Road.
No.
It was blocked.
Right, how are you gonna enforce that? Because, I mean, in order to get out from the gate, you really don't need a code. So
The owners-
anybody from Rockingham can drive through and really exit through Stewart.
The owners understand that. The owners
Okay.
understand that they're gonna be maintaining the streets that belong to Pueblo Bonito, which is Stonegate and the north-south street, which is Garden View. So they understand exactly what they're gonna be maintaining and keep the lighting on and all that. So they know and understand that people from Rockingham.
Could come out through there.
No, but they're not going to be able to.
They're not going to be able to.
They don't want to give them the code.
But even to exit, you're gonna need a code to exit? Because usually on all gated subdivisions, you need a code to go in. but
They
you don't
can
need a
exit
code.
out of there.
But they can.
So,
So they're not going to be able to exit?
Well, the idea, I believe Mr. Carter would like to just keep it as only for Pueblo Bonito.
I know, but if they take off, west,
The door will open.
the door will open.
It's gonna have a code to it. It's gonna have a code to it.
Really?
Mr. Carter, please, Mr. Carter. You're gonna keep them from exiting from.
Yeah, it's 2 subdivisions, really, it's just connected with the street.
Well, why don't you put another gate on over here?
Well, I don't have anything to do with that anymore, it's sold out.
I know, but I mean,
But they came to me last week and asked me about putting a gate on over there for them. And if it is, then, we can all do it. But right now, everybody that's buying in there, because I'm not selling any lots over there either, they all want to buy a gate. We're not disturbing Rockingham at all, because you can still, they
But so
can
this
still
is-
come and go as they please.
the subdivision is already approved.
The subdivision's been approved, yes.
No, but he wants to privatize it.
Yes, sir. And the owners. There's 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And how about the other 7? You said, mentioned 3 owners, that there's
Yeah,
10
the other
10 lots.
11 lots are owned by Mr. Carter.
Are yours?
And I'm keeping them for myself.
Okay, so you're not selling those?
Unless you want my, put a house on it.
I move for approval as presented, Mayor.
Second.
I'm not too thrilled about that. So. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve as presented, whatever, and I hope he doesn't present a presidency for other subdivisions. Because we had something like this some time ago, and we didn't get out of first base. So I really don't agree with this, but all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I would vote against it.
Mayor, I'll vote with you against it because the only way I would vote in favor of it, they would install a second gate because they're gonna have trouble because once they know that you can exit out to Stewart Road, they're gonna start using it. We've done that before. It's not, and we're gonna be the ones enforcing it, even though there's an HMO. So I'm with you in this one, man.
Okay. Motion carries. Item 4.5. Ms. Carrillo?
Yes, Mayor, Council. Item 4.5 is the authorization to cancel the city council meeting scheduled for May 9th, 2016. And this is due, Mayor, to elections being held on May the 7th. And because canvassing will not be taking place until the 16th of May. So requesting to cancel the May 9th city council meeting.
And why are you canceling it?
Because of the election, sir, we cannot canvassing cannot take place until the 16th.
And why can't we have a meeting if we have an election? We can have an election.
We can, we
We have nothing to do with the election.
Well, we've always,
Except we got two of these guys running.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just,
You're afraid they might have already lost before
No,
we
sir.
have the meeting? Or?
Not at all.
So were you planning to have a meeting on the 16th then?
We're gonna have a meeting on the 16th, yes.
Instead of the 9th?
Because that's the canvassing, yes,
Okay.
yes.
We're not getting a day off, Mayor.
No.
Not in a doubt. Do need a motion to approve the rescheduling of the May 9th meeting.
Move for approval. Second.
A motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.6.
Yes, ma'am, this is the authorization to declare items as surplus and sell by online auction. We've got two mid-back all adjustable chairs at the city secretary's office that are no longer of use. So we'd like to declare them surplus and sell them via online auction, sir.
I move for approval. Second.
Okay, what are you declaring surplus?
Two mid-back all adjustable chairs.
You have the serial numbers on them?
Yes, sir, 003475 and 003476.
Those are the only things you're declaring surplus,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay. We do have a motion
And a second.
and a second to declare those items surplus and have them online for auction. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yes, motion carries.
Mayor, if I may, if it's okay, sir, item 417, we do have Mr. Raul Cecin from the County Drainage District here with us to do a presentation. I know he's running a little bit late to another meeting. If we can jump to 4.17.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and present the item, Mayor and City Council members. And this is the approval of an interlocal agreement between the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 and the City of Mission. Hidalgo County Drainage Number 1 and the city desire to cooperate in making drainage improvements to the Melba Carter drainage. The improvements consist of cleaning and excavating the Melba Carter drainage from Expressway 83 to the Mission Inlet to improve drainage in the area. The Drainage District shall perform the Melba Carter drainage work in accordance to the engineering plans and specifications provided by the city and reviewed and approved by the Drainage District. Staff recommendation is approval of interlocal agreement for this thing.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Cecin?
Just for the record, the Mayor, good afternoon. Raul Cecin, Drainage District General Manager, council members. We were approached by the City of Mission on some partnering projects. This is one of them on the Melba Carter outfall. The main outfall enters into our Mission Inlet, which we currently hold a an easement too, so we're already working on that portion of the project. And then this interlocal will allow us to work upstream, since those waters are contributing into our system, to assist the city of Mission. I believe you have a project that's going to be improving some of the crossings up there, so we're hoping to assist the city and just provide better flow for that area. And then we have other projects that we've been discussing with your city manager on the Mission Lateral that we're still in discussions to try to see how the drainage district can assist the city of Mission with some of its drainage needs in that area. So
We had talked about you getting some of the easements, some of the easements that we had there, and bringing back to getting taxable again on the whole.
that is correct, Mayor. And what I'd probably recommend is I'll get with my staff and my engineering team to maybe make a presentation to the city council. We made a presentation a couple of weeks ago to the city of McAllen on this project, which is the Mission Inlet Recertification Project, which is a bond project that will allow for those easements to be lifted once the approval of FEMA is received. So yes, there is an opportunity for that, to release some of those easements in the Mission Inlet, which will allow for the development and putting those properties back on the tax roll. So we are pretty much almost there. We're already in the design phase portion of the project, but we have enough information to present to the city council. I'll get with your staff to coordinate maybe a workshop meeting or a presentation for you, and kind of give you an overview of where we are on it. It's a real good project, and we should be ready by the end of this year to submit to FEMA to start the process for the letter of map revision that's going to be required to be able to release those properties. So yes, sir.
Okay, well, there we go.
We'll definitely do that. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did a motion to approve the interlocal.
Second.
A motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. We go
4.7, sir.
We go back to 4.7. The resolution number?
On 4.7, sir, it's 1446.
Okay. Ms. Cardosa.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor, City Council. The Mission Fire Department is seeking authorization to submit a grant continuous resolution for 2016 Homeland Security Grant for personal protective equipment, wildland firefighting coats, and trousers. This is a regional grant. This grant requires no matching funds. The approximate amount of the equipment is $50,500.
Okay, our resolution will be 1444.
46.
I move for approval. Second.
Motion and second to approve resolution 1444.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Mayor, once again, I want to ask the council if we can jump to Ms. Longoria at 4.13. And this is because Ms. Vela has some budget amendments that require some of the council's approval that Chief Dominguez has first along the line. So we're at 4.13 with Joanne Longoria.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council members. Item 4.13 is a request to amend the Housing Assistance Program guideline. The Citizens Advisory Committee held a meeting on April 12, 2016, and approved staff's recommendation to amend the city's Housing Assistance Program guidelines to change the 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Changes were minimal and were able to work within the same floor plan, which provides a 970 square footage. A summary of the proposed change and applicable sections of the Housing Assistance Program guidelines is attached. Staff's recommendation is to amend the housing program guidelines. If there's any question.
I move for approval, Mayor. Second.
We have motion and second to approve the amendments for our housing assistance program. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
4.8.
I'm sorry, sir, 4.14.
Huh?
4.14, I need the council to look at a couple of items that Chief Dominguez has for approval.
Where's he going?
Nowhere, sir, it's just that we have some budget amendments that need to be taken care of, but Dominguez's projects need to be approved first.
Okay.
Mayor, the next item, the Mission Police Department is requesting authorization to accept additional grant funds from the County of Hidalgo for 2014 Operation Storm Garden. The Mission Police Department was initially awarded $300,000. Our department was currently working an operation with U.S. Border Patrol, and additional funds are being made available to work the operation in the amount of $30,000. The additional funds will solely be utilized for overtime to work the aforementioned operation. Staff is requesting authorization to accept the funds from the County of Hidalgo.
How much is the funds? 300,000?
It's 30,000, an additional 30,000. With this, sir, the total for the year is 390,000.
I move to approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the acceptance of additional grants from the County of Hidalgo for the 2014 operational Stone Garden, I'm sorry.
Stone Garden.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Anybody else?
415, sir, we continue.
Next item, sir, the City of Mission Police Department received.
We go back to 4.8.
Okay. Ms. Bella?
4.8. The budget amendments.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Item 4.8 is the approval of the attached budget amendments. There are 4 requests. The first 2 are from the designated purpose fund, which is our grant fund. The first item is to set up the budget for the 2016 STEP Cricketer Ticket Grant for the Mission Police Department in the amount of $4,966, which will be used for overtime. The second item is to set up the budget for the 2014 Operation Stone Garden Grant for the Mission Police Department as well. It's an additional $30,000 being awarded by the county, which will also be used for overtime.
Okay, you're doing a budget amendment for overtime.
For the 2 grants that,
How much is that overtime?
it's a grant that we're receiving for $30,000, and those funds will be used for overtime, which is the $30,000 Chief just
But
presented.
how much are they using for overtime? How much did they really spend? Not what they're getting.
The $30,000 completely.
¿Cuánto gastaron, Chief? ¿Dónde está, Chief? Eso fue. No, aquí está.
Yes, sir.
How much did you all spend on overtime?
Ahorita with this grant, it's a total, the first amount was 150. The original 300,000, we split it in half. 150,000 was for equipment and 150,000 was for overtime. Now, those 150,000 plus 90,000 is right at 240,000 in overtime funds alone.
So how long?
The operation started back in October 1st.
So right now?
Yes, sir.
So, talking about 6 months?
About 6-7 months, yes, sir.
So you're spending about 300,000 on overtime every 6 months?
Basically, based on this grant, sir, yes, that's what we're spending.
But if you would not use overtime, we still get the grant? We could have new people working for us?
No, sir. This grant is specifically for overtime and equipment. It's half and half. It's not like the cop's office in Washington where you can hire an actual body. This is just for overtime.
Just for overtime?
Yes, sir.
Well, just to spend what they give you and don't spend our budget.
Yes, sir.
So you get 30,000, you spend 30,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, but Mayor, like that budget amendment request on page 216 to 17, that it shows 4,966 and then the other one. Is that just like a washout or?
No, yeah, the 4,966 is a different grant. That's also used for overtime, but that's the STEP ticket or click-it.
You what?
Sir, that grant is, I brought it before you last time. It's the click it or ticket grant that we have every year during Memorial Day, the Memorial Day weekend. It's actually an operation that runs for 2 weeks just for seatbelt enforcement. And that's a separate grant that we have from the original grant that Texas Department of Transportation in FAR gives us every year.
Okay. Thank you. Did you get your question asked?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a state grant.
And then the other 2 requests I have are from the MEDC Debt Service and Capital Projects Fund.
Oh.
And these 2 requests are to set up the budget for the Center for Education and Economic Development Project. MEDC will borrow $2 million for this project, and funds will be used for furniture, fixtures, equipment, and unforeseen expenditures for the center. These MEDC amendments were approved by the MEDC Board on April 19, 2016.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the budget amendments.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
A motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, we only have 2 votes.
Aye, Mayor.
We have 3 votes.
Who did I? Sorry.
Me too.
We have 4 votes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.9,
Item 4.9 is for the authorization to declare items surplus and donate to Mission Consolidated Independent School District. Staff is seeking approval to declare attached list of items related to the Northside Pool as surplus. Items will be donated to MCISD as per interlocal agreement approved by council on December 24th, 2015. This item is now before you.
what are we giving the Mission School District?
All the items that were, the pool itself, the
The
construction.
house, the
The
pool.
Northside Pool, yes.
I move for approval, Mayor. Second.
We have motion and second, that we go ahead and authorize to declare items as surplus and donate to the school. Which is the swimming pool.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.10,
Item 4.10 is for the acceptance of the quarterly report of investments for the quarter ending March 31st, 2016, and interest earned for 6 months ending March 31st, 2016. Acceptance of these reports is required by the Public Funds Investment Act, Section 2256.023 of the Texas Government Code on the total investments for the quarter ending March 31st, 2016. For this quarter, the total investments purchased were $1,693.85, and there were no investments matured, leaving a total of $15,861,811.52 in outstanding investments for the quarter ending March 31st, 2016. The total interest earned on all funds year-to-date was $63,115.66. This item is now before you.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 4.11,
Item 411 is for the acceptance of the monthly tax report for the month of March 2016. The 2015 total adjusted tax levy was $19,109,545.92, and the amount of collections as of March 31st, 2016 is $17,723,189.63, which represents 92.75% of the total tax levy. This item is now before you.
I move for approval.
Second.
motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 15,
Item 4.12.
hmm?
4.12.
4.12, financial statements.
Item 4.12 is for the approval of the March 2016 financial statements. The adjusted total beginning fund balance for all funds was $31,868,575. Total revenues for the period were $7,834,477, and total expenses were $11,980,565, leaving an ending fund balance of $27,622,487. Total assets for the period were $146,608,983. Total liabilities are $58,722,546, resulting in total net assets of $87,886,437. This item is now before you.
Need a motion to approve?
So move, Mayor.
Second.
A motion and second to approve the financial statement. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Item 15,
Mayor and the City Council, the City of Mission Police Department received a request for approval of an ordinance providing for no standing or parking on the north and south side of the 800 block of Sandstone Drive between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The Mission Police Department has received several complaints with regards to traffic congestion due to motorists parking on the north side and south side of the road during the times that classes are being dismissed from Veterans High School and Men's Elementary. On the 19th of April 2016, the Traffic Safety Committee met and approved the request for a no standing and stopping or parking zone. It is recommendation of the Traffic Safety Committee to adopt this ordinance. The request is being forwarded to you for your review and consideration.
We need to, does anybody have any problem with the hours? If not, we need a motion to approve the recommendation from Mr. Dominguez.
I so move, Mayor.
Second.
The motion is second to approve the recommendation. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion
Ordinance
carries.
4349. Or, it'll be ordinance 4349, sir.
I'm sorry, 43,
49.
49. We need a motion to approve ordinance 4349. I'm sorry, guys.
You already did, Mayor.
No, we did not vote on the ordinance.
I want to approve ordinance 4349.
Second.
Motion is second to approve ordinance 4349. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. I'm sorry, I didn't see the ordinance. 416,
The City of Mission Police Department received a request for approval of an ordinance providing for no standing and no parking on the east and west side of Los Ebanos Road between Western Road and 1 Mile South Road between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The Mission Police Department received several complaints of heavy traffic density during the hours that students are being dropped off and picked up from Leal Elementary School. On the 19th of April 2016, the Traffic Safety Committee met and approved the request for no standing and no parking zone. It is a recommendation of the Traffic Safety Committee to adopt this ordinance. The request is being forwarded to you for your review and approval.
I so move, Mayor.
Second.
we have a motion and second to approve ordinance 4350. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 418, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir. Mayor, City Council members, item 4.18 is the authorization to solicit bids for the wastewater treatment plant expansion. Wastewater treatment plant expansion will consist of an additional 4.5 million gallon per day treatment capacity for a total capacity of 13.5 million gallons per day. This time existing wastewater treatment plant is at an 80% of existing 9 million gallon per day capacity. Environmental plans, specifications, and estimates have been approved by the Texas Water Development Board for construction. Estimated construction cost for this project is $17,443,000. Again, staff recommendation is authorization to solicit for bids for the wastewater treatment plant expansion project.
Any questions for Mr. Salinas?
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to approve the authorizations to solicit for bids. So those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 419,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members, 4.19, it's the authorization to award bid for the 16-inch water line loop construction. On March 14, 2016, City Council authorized staff to solicit bids for the 16-inch water line loop construction. The City of Mission has accepted and opened 14 bid responses for this project. Staff recommends awarding bid to Science Brothers Construction, who is the lowest responsible bidder meeting all specification. And of course, attached we have bid tabulation and recommendation letter from engineer of record Meldon and Hunt. The total estimated cost for this project is $527,000, $305. Again, staff recommendation is authorization to award bid to Science Brothers Constructions.
that's the lowest responsible bidder.
Yes, correct, sir.
We do have a motion.
Want to approve?
Second.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 420,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members, item 4.20 is the authorization to purchase equipment and vehicle via state-approved contract for the Public Works Department. Staff seeking authorization to purchase via state-approved cooperative contracts for capital outlay equipment for streets drainage and one vehicle for utility department. Itemized 72-inch deck, SCAG, riding mower, equipment, and crew cab truck is listed in the attachments with the actual cost and its respective contract number. Again, staff recommendation is authorization to purchase via state-approved by-board contract 447-14 and 430-13 for this equipment and vehicle.
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion and second to approve or to award bids for, who's the company?
To purchase equipment and vehicle via state-approved contract.
Okay.
Company is Mission Auto Electric, that's for the 72-inch Skag mower, and for the crew cab truck is Caldwell Country.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second to approve your recommendation. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 420,
Yes, sir, Mayor, City Council members, item 4.21, it's the authorization to engage Evoca Water Technologies as a sole source provider for the North Water Treatment Plant scrubber system maintenance. Staff's recommending to engage Evoca Water Technologies for acid wash, chlorine emergency scrubber service as a sole source provider. The emergency scrubber systems are the reliable protection against chlorine gas leaks. Services provided by Evoqua Water Technologies mainly to acid wash and service emergency vapor scrubber system. Additional services provided by Evoqua Water Technologies are in the attached proposal. Also attached is Evoqua Technologies certification letter as the only authorized supplier of parts and maintenance services in the state of Texas. Again, staff recommendation is authorization to engage Evoqua Water Technologies.
we do need a motion to authorize and engage. We have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 422,
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Attached for your review is the approval of the summary of the amounts to be written off at this time. It's the write-off for the uncollectible utility accounts receivable for the fourth quarter of 2014. And these amounts are for the 3 months period of October 2014 through December 2014, and for the total amount of $20,040. Staff recommendation is the approval.
I move for approval. Second.
we do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
423, Mr. Trazo.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. I come before you to present item 4.23, authorization to solicit bids for the water and sewer line relocation and upgrade project at Inspiration Road. Staff is seeking authorization to solicit bids for water and sewer line upgrade and relocation improvements at Inspiration Road. Public Works Department is working on upgrades and relocation of utility lines due to new roadway winding construction project on Inspiration Road between Expressway 83 and Mile 3 North. Staff recommendation to solicit bids for the construction of the water line and sewer line relocation.
Okay, so on 2 Mile Line, we were doing it with our own equipment? On 2 Mile Line?
Correct. We're
On
doing it
2 Mile Line,
in-house.
we did it through Public Works. However, this one we're requesting to go out for bids, Mayor.
You all can do this one also?
I'm sure we can. We have good staff.
Okay.
The reason we're going out for bids on this one, Mayor and Council, is basically because of the extent and the length of the project. I mean, we are looking at a 3-mile stretch. However, we can do the same thing that we did on 2 Mile Line.
You all through 2 Mile Line?
The 2 Mile Line has through some crossings on Inspiration as part of this project as well.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and authorize for the solicit some bids.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
The motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
Thank you.
424,
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Today I'm asking for approval of a resolution approving the expenditure of funds by the Mission Economic Development Corporation as set out in the terms of the Mission Economic Development Corporation's Resolution number 2016-02, dated April 19th, 2016, and authorizing and approving a loan and terms thereof in the amount of $2 million to finance its purchase of certain personal property, approving the execution and delivery of loan documents, including a pledge agreement related thereto, delegating authority to the Chief Executive Officer to consummate the loan, and containing other matters thereto.
that's resolution what?
1447.
1447.
Move for approval, Mayor.
Second.
Do have a motion second to approve resolution 1447. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 425.
Mayor and council, I'm asking for authorization for the purchase of technology infrastructure and equipment for the Center for Education and Economic Development facility located at 801 North Bryan via state buy board contract from Frontera Consulting.
I move for approval.
Second.
We have motion and second to approve the authorization. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. 426.
Mayor and council, I'm asking again for authorization for the purchase of technology infrastructure and equipment for the Center for Education and Economic Development facility located at 801 North Bryan Road via DIR contract from Sequel.
I move for approval.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries.
And lastly, I'm asking for the authorization for the purchase of furniture, fixtures, and equipment for the Center for Education and Economic Development facility located again at 801 North Bryan Road via state buy board contract from Texas Wilson.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Meeks.
The Mayor and City Council, item 5.1 has been withdrawn. There's no action required. The item has been withdrawn by the applicant.
Okay, thank
So
you.
no action.
6.1, city managers' comments.
No, Mayor, no comments.
I don't have any comments either. So we do need a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries.